Hello, my name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Piping Hot. We're so happy you could be here.
We're so happy you could be here, and I just have to do a little, what's the word? Like, I was going to say shameless pride, but that doesn't make any sense at all. No.
No.
No, you don't know what I'm trying to say, and I don't know what I'm trying to say. But what I wanted to say is that I hope some of you are new listeners after seeing our TikTok debating Throne of Glass and ACOTAR. It got 13,000 views at this point, and it's still going.
Yes.
So, which is really exciting for us because we literally started from 2 followers, and now we got a lot of followers from that, and I don't know, it just makes me excited that maybe more people are listening and interacting with our content, which I think is so fun.
Yes, I know. I'm really hoping that we do have some new listeners listening, and if you are, welcome. Hi.
And if you're not, happy you're still here.
Yeah. Welcome back. But no, I agree. It was such a pleasant surprise. I was busy at work all day, so I had posted that on a whim, oh my God, I need this up on social media, and then work was so busy that day. And I checked at the end of the day, and it blew up, and I was I texted you, Theoni, I was like, did you see this?
And I did it, and then I went on, and there was so many notifications. I was like, what is happening?
I know.
Crazy.
Maybe that's a sign that we should do more hot takes.
No, literally, because the funny thing is that is one of the episodes of all of our episodes that we've recorded that we were like, this is not good. Our hot takes are bad. We don't know what we're talking about, but we just have to record it because we don't have another topic.
I know.
And then it's one of genuinely, even to record it, it was one of the best ones I feel like we've done.
Yes, it was so funny.
So funny. Because like we said in the other episode, Selena and I typically agree on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So the fact that we had such different opinions and was blowing each other's mind crazy. So fun.
Yeah.
How was your week?
It was good. It was a busy week. It was my first week back to working, and I started my new job, and so I'm just trying to learn all the ropes and learn the clients and stuff, but I really like it. Everyone's super nice. So, yeah. What about you?
My week was a little tough, but I made it through. And we made it through the weekend, and I got moved into my new place, and I'm fully settled here. Yeah. So I just have to go back a little bit this coming week to finish cleaning and just wrapping up last minute things at my other apartment. But I feel really good about it. I'm really happy here. And I had a really fun time with my friends. Was it last night? It was last night. Last night, which was good. And so I'm feeling pretty good. I got a raise at work, which is exciting.
Yes.
Yes, making that money. The problem is that now I'm just oh my gosh, I have all this money to spend. And I don't. I literally don't.
I know.
But I think I do. So that's an issue. But still good news. So
good. I forgot to say that my week off from work, I went back home to hang out with my siblings, and my sister asked me to be her matron of honor in her wedding.
I saw that on your Instagram. That's so cute.
I know, and I'm so freaking excited. Sabrina is listening. Hi, Sabrina. I'm so excited because I've been a bridesmaid before in my best friend's wedding. And that's pretty much it to I've been to weddings before and stuff, but I'm super excited, and I'm just and because my type A self, I'm I'm ready to organize and get all this stuff.
Your bachelor party, let's get on this stuff. I am ready to plan it for you. Oh,
exactly. Yeah,
that's
so it's
so
just
sweet.
It's just us 3 sisters as the bridesmaids / matron of honor. So I'm super excited. So.
That's almost sometimes that's what's easier is to just if you have siblings or whoever you're marrying has siblings, sometimes it's easier to either do all friends or all siblings because drama wedding drama and stuff, but no, that's so exciting. Oh my gosh,
I know. And the dynamics between me and my sisters are so chill, and nice. Even before this we were already talking about what we'll do, the dresses that we want. Is it just like a little, like nothing too serious? But then she finally like formally asked us, and we were like, yay. So
Well, when you guys decide what dresses you're gonna do, I'll need pictures because I live for that stuff.
Yes, I will send them to you. Oh
my God, yay! I literally love weddings. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of your wedding pictures. And that just like me. Yeah. Anyways, literally my favorite things ever. What are you drinking today?
Today, I wanted to go with something a little sweeter, so I am drinking Positive Energy.
Me too. No Except I'm drinking the iced version because currently my thermostat is that what it's called? Yeah, thermostat that's right there. It says 91 degrees. So
no, like in your room.
Correct.
No, Theoni.
I have a fan. I don't think it's actually 91 degrees.
I can't. Like that's
no, literally parts of my body are sweating that I didn't know had like sweat glands. Like literally, it's coming out of every pore. It's really gross.
Oh my gosh. It's really gross. Can you get an AC unit in your room? Like, are you planning to? Okay.
No, I could. I just didn't.
Oh my God. Yeah,
which is foolish. But I also am like, because it's towards the end of summer, I'm like, is it really worth it to get right now? It definitely would be, but I'm just lazy. And so I'll definitely get one for next summer. But I hopefully think since it's like nearing the end of August now that this heat will please, for the love of God, end soon. So
yeah, and then it usually gets colder at night too. So it's like you can just open your window and like the cool air will come in. So I definitely understand that, but 91 is way too hot for me. I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm literally disgusting.
That reminds me. I know I've told you this before. That reminds me of people we meet on vacation. You just have to turn it down 1 degree every like hour.
Too bad I don't have a man with me, so I could just play out that whole scenario. Let me know. I have a patio that we can go.
A patio, a very, very nice patio for things to happen on. I'm just kidding.
Things. No, literally, let me know.
Oh my
Can
God.
I tell you a stupid little secret?
Go for it.
So, I downloaded and deleted Bumble within an hour last night. That was my quickest turnaround ever.
Why? Okay. Well, why did you download it, and then why did you delete it an hour later? Like, what had happened?
I downloaded it because I was drinking wine, and I deleted it an hour later because I continued to drink wine. And I was like, this is dumb, and I hate this. There's no reason.
Do you still have Hinge?
No.
Okay. You know what we should do? Now that I'm coming to Boston, we should do a part 2 of our Hinge episode.
Oh my gosh. But then we have to make a new profile. Oh my God. We can. I'm all for it. But what pop culture things do you have today?
I have a couple because we haven't recorded in a while and there's been things flying around. So I can start if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one is that Olivia Newton-John passed away on August 8th. Literally made me so sad.
I know.
If people need a reminder, she was in the movie Grease. And I just, oh gosh, I like literally could not believe it. I knew that she was sick, but I guess I didn't realize how sick she was.
I know. I didn't either. And it's sad that it was breast cancer because she had literally beat it twice before that. Like, I just cannot imagine, like, even the energy she put out into the world, like, despite all of this, like, I think is just really inspirational as well because I can't imagine beating cancer so many times and then still, like, it reminds me of my yaya, actually. I won't go into it because she probably wouldn't like me talking about her business. But anyways, it's just like, it's crazy to see what people can go through and still put out positive energy into the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just really sad too because and I remember telling my mom and she's like, I grew up with her. And so it's weird that like people that I grew up with are starting to like die, you know?
Yeah.
So sad.
So my second thing is that Florence Pugh and Zach Braff broke up. I think they were in a relationship for a really long time. I don't remember like the exact number of it, but they broke up. I already thought it was weird to begin with, so I was like, okay, that makes sense, but like I still feel for them because it's still a breakup. It's still hard.
I know, and I just always got weird vibes from that relationship too, which I always feel bad a little. Well, I don't feel that bad, but sometimes I feel bad giving my opinion about relationships that I don't know what they're like in real life. But I just, Florence Pugh to me is so youthful and just like, but also very mature and very confident in herself, very good at what she does. And so I think it makes sense to me that she would be one of those people in a relationship with someone older than her. So, but he was like a significant amount older than her. And also, I just didn't see, like, it gave me creepy vibes. Like, and she's just so, like, I feel like so many people would be all over her because she's just, like, incredible, you know? So it just, I don't know.
I agree. I mean, again, I'm so conflicted because it's like at a point, age is just a number, but there's still like a really, really fine line when you're talking about someone who's still very, very young. And in her case, yes, she's 26, but like you're still like in your 20s and he's like in his upper 30s, I think.
No, 40s. I'm pretty sure.
There you go. Like, I was just like,
that's like me dating a 40-year-old man. Like, if I said to you, Selena, hey, I met this really nice guy. How old is he? 40? You would be like, what is your problem? But that it feels, ooh. How would you react?
I would be like, he better be your sugar daddy, Theoni. Because are you not getting in bed with him doing all of this stuff? He better be giving you money, as if that's the case. Nothing else.
Oh my god. No, literally, there has to be some reason. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. There are so many people in the world that I just don't. Anyways, but yeah. Could go on and on about that, but it's what it is.
All right, my third one is that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck got married again during a Georgia wedding celebration, literally yesterday, August 20th. But this time, it was in front of friends and families, whereas their Las Vegas wedding a month ago, I think, was pretty intimate. Good for them. They're still going strong after a month. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm content with them. Like, the media is so obsessed with them because it's like, oh, they're back together and, you know, all that stuff. But it gives me hope because it's like, well, you know what? Sometimes you have different paths and sometimes the paths cross again with someone that you would have never thought. So it does make me happy, and I just like wish for the best for them.
I know. I hope it works out for them, but also I just fully don't care at this point. Like, just let them live their lives, and like I'm over it.
You're right. Yeah. And then my last pop culture item is that Tom Holland is taking a break from social media. That I think he announced that a couple of days ago.
I saw that too, but like good for him. Like, good for him.
Yeah,
I hope he's doing okay.
I think so. Like, I really hope so too. And it just, I'm like proud that he was able to speak so candidly about what he's doing and why he's doing it. He didn't have to give us a reason, but he did anyways. And I just really, I hope for the best for him because I feel like being in a spotlight like he is so young is so hard. So difficult. Like, he is in huge franchises. Everyone loves him. And he's dating the hottest woman on earth, Zendaya.
Literally.
I can't even imagine what, like, the attention and just the constant, you know, everything. So
literally, because he gets all the paparazzi for what he does, but like you brought up, he gets all the paparazzi for being in this super high profile relationship. So it's just like constant. Like, there's nothing about it that gives him a time to like breathe. So hopefully getting off of social media helps provide him with that a little bit. Yeah. And you can only hope, I guess, but
I agree.
Rita Ora and Taika Waititi got married.
Yes, you sent me that via Instagram. I knew I was forgetting something.
Isn't that so? They are like one of the most underrated, like, perfect couples. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel like their vibes are so cute together, and like I love them both individually. Have you seen their episode on That's My Jam with Jimmy Fallon?
No,
go up and look up clips on YouTube. It's so funny, and they're so cute. Like there's this one part where they're in like a booth together and they're singing this song, and Rita Ora is singing Dancing Queen, and she's like killing it, and he's just in the back like smiling and looking at her like he's just so lucky to have her.
Oh my god. Theoni. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. That is some of my favorite moments, is like when you can see it in someone's eyes, just like how they feel about someone. Oh my god. I'm such a cheesy person. I make myself want to vomit, but like it's so cute.
I'm very, very happy for them, because again, I feel like they're on, like, once you first hear about them, you're like, that's weird, but then once you kind of sit on it, you're like, oh no, that makes sense. I feel like Rita Ora is a very funny, playful person, and I feel like what's his fucking name? Taika.
I was like, I cannot tell you this. You need to know. You just need to know.
You need to learn, Selena.
Yeah, let's pick this up. It's not your fault you're dumb.
Or blind. Or I can't hear either, you know?
Just like it's not my fault to have the body of an 80-year-old man. Anyways.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But as I was saying, I'm really happy. They're such a good pair. Seriously.
They are. They really are. Next thing. Have you read up on the Don't Worry Darling drama?
Yes, I'm on that side of TikTok.
I'm not going to dive into it because I just feel like it's so much speculation that there's no concrete things, but like Florence Pugh clearly did not have a good time on that movie set, and like she talked a lot about how she felt a lot of good things about this movie, but of course the trailer gets minimized to like the sex scene between her and Harry Styles, and she's like, what was that about? And she was really unhappy with how Olivia and Harry were on set apparently, and all this drama, and now everyone's like, is she gonna do press for the movie? Is she gonna attend the premiere? Like all of this stuff. So I just want to keep our eyes on it because I feel like more will reveal itself as the movie comes closer to release date.
I feel like when women do something, they do it for a reason. We don't do anything without purpose. And I think that's just like how we are. At least for me, like speaking for me, I do something for a very particular reason. And when the new trailer dropped for Don't Worry Darling, Florence had posted on her Instagram about the Christopher Nolan film that she is in rather than the new trailer that had dropped. And again, it's like, okay, whatever, like she could just be, maybe she just wants to like give some press to that movie instead. But I'm like, women don't work that way. I feel like we always have an underlying meaning, and that just speaks to me of like something definitely did happen. Something is sitting really wrong. Badly. That about this whole entire thing. I've heard like some stuff about Gemma Chan as well, because Gemma is in it, and Gemma kind of doesn't have as much beef as Florence does, but like there's something with Gemma as well, with Olivia.
Interesting.
I know. I'm
starting to think, I didn't think this before. I never really liked Harry and her together. It always felt a bit weird to me. But the more that comes out, even with like the custody papers and just like all this stuff with Jason Sudeikis, the more I hear, the more I'm just like, I don't know if you're a very good person.
Well, remember that one episode where I was like, how are Harry and Olivia still together? Because I thought that was just PR. Like, I've never really liked it. And it's just like, sits weirdly with me. Like, ugh.
I know. I agree. Yeah. Okay. So then just a couple of quick things. So I don't know if, well, you definitely know one of the people. So Wells Adams from The Bachelor and Sarah Hyland finally got married. And they're just such a cute couple as well. So I have to give them a shout out because I think they're adorable. And then also my last pop culture thing is that Nicki Minaj's song that she's been teasing forever on TikTok finally came out. And it is such a bop. Like, I'm sorry. All these new rappers are great. But like Nicki Minaj stays just doing the most. And I love it so much. Like the music video, she's just like doing her thing. The song freaking slaps. Like oh my gosh, I love it. Have you listened to it yet?
Yes, I'm so happy it dropped because she teased it so much on TikTok. I was looking for the damn song and I was like, oh my God, it's not released yet. Like, what the heck?
Yeah,
and so
right?
I was following it because I'm like, I need it. It was all over my For You page on TikTok and finally it dropped and I'm like, this is a banger.
Right? It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So good. But yeah, that's all the pop culture stuff I have. So should we dive into our topic of the day?
Yes. So today, Theoni and I will be discussing Demi Lovato's newest album, Holy Fuck. I think that's what it is. But yeah, we'll be just giving our thoughts, our favorite songs, favorite lyrics, all that jazz.
Okay, first thing I have to note, which I might sound like a little bit of a Karen, so just bear with me.
Okay.
As someone who is very religious and very Christian, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes there are bigger problems in the world, so I mean, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of those who's like, this is blasphemous and she's gonna, like, okay, Karen, relax. But I will say, I don't love because other musicians have done this as well, when like the lyrics are almost like a play on religious things and almost they say it in a way that's like disrespectful to what those words are. And even the cover art of her laying in a very sexual outfit, almost like she's like crucified on the cross. I was like, okay, I had a little bit of a hard time with that. I'm all for, I know a lot of people have religious trauma too, right? So I always try to be respectful of that. If they're talking about religion in that context, fair game. Like if you had a traumatic experience with that, fair. Like you can say what you want. But like the way that it was done on this album a few times, I was a little uncomfortable with.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because when I was listening to the songs, I pulled up the lyrics because I wanted to, because we had a section of like our favorite lyrics and stuff. And so I wanted to listen while also reading it in front of me. And there was some where I was like, what are you saying? Like, oh, that's what you're saying. I'm like, okay, I guess. Like, I don't know. It was weird.
And the reason I had to bring that up first is because when I put it on Spotify and I also read the lyrics along with it. Yeah. Seeing that image right away and the name of the album alone, that was just like the first thing that came to mind. And it was hard to like kind of remove myself from that because I just felt like it was so in your face with that, which I'm sure was purposeful on her part, which, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't love it. I don't know. I just think there's so many other creative ways you can go about things that don't have to be saying things that are edgy towards religion of any kind, not just Christianity, of any kind.
Remind me again, is she religious? I don't remember. I'm trying to think back to all of her documentaries that I've watched because she has a million of them. But
I know she used to be.
Okay, that's least what I thought.
I don't know if she still is.
Okay.
And yeah, which is also a hard thing because she also may still be Christian. And so she might feel, that it's okay to say these things, especially because she is a part of that faith. But I still think you have to be careful, especially with the religion, like Christianity. There are so many branches and so many sects of it that it's like, okay, I don't know. You just, for any matter, I think no matter what religion you're in, no matter what culture you're in, you still have to be careful of how you say things because, I don't know. Anyways.
Definitely.
But that's my first overall thought. What other overall thoughts do you have?
So my immediate one is that more artists should step out of their genres because it's great. And I feel like Demi's voice was made for this genre.
I agree with you 100%.
So I was really happy to hear that she was doing this album and that she's finally released it. And I was like, that's great. And it just gives me more fuel to the fire that more people should step out of their genres because they can do it. You don't have to stay in the lane of like, I only do pop and R&B and stuff. And maybe that's like the label saying it too, because I know some labels are very strict about like, no, you have to do this. This is how we're going to sell you. So I definitely understand that. But I think her voice fits perfectly with the genre. And as I was listening through it completely, I was pleasantly surprised. Because I guess, again, all we know is just pop from her. And I guess you could argue that Here We Go Again and La La Land, I think those are her 2 albums, her first 2 albums.
I think her La La Land album was called Don't Forget.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I think so.
Okay, anyways.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But you could kind of see that she did kind of have that punk rock a little bit in some of her songs. But now that she's completely gone full for this album, I'm really happy. And I was surprised.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so. A few of your points. I thought her voice fit this genre perfectly. Yeah. I think that I don't know. So that, and I'm glad she fully leaned into it. Like, she didn't try to, like, half do the punk rock thing. Like, it was almost, like, some of the moments were borderline, like, heavy metal. Yes. Like, she fully went into it. So, like, I have a lot of appreciation for that because I think it made it more successful because she leaned into it. But I will say, you said you were, like, pleasantly surprised. There were things I liked about it, but I just didn't love it overall. Okay, because, and here's why. I thought sometimes the production was a little lacking. Like, it felt a little boring. I thought in a lot of the song, almost most of the songs, I felt like the verses or the bridges or the choruses were very disjointed. Like, sometimes it would go to like the verse to the chorus without any transition, and they almost seemed like 2 different songs, which like, if that's the style she's going for, great, like, you succeeded. But personally, I didn't like that because it just didn't feel like it flowed.
I totally understand that, but I think that's also part of the punk rock genre that we're both not very familiar with. Because we are very, very versed in pop and R&B and whatever's on the radio, and that's all that we listen to. Sure. So a part of me was like, okay, I literally know what song you're talking about, where the verse doesn't sound the same as the chorus. Literally. And I agree that like that was really jarring, but I'm like, wait. Maybe this is just like the pop rock, what am I saying? The pop rock, the punk rock, whatever. Oh my God. Help me.
My brain just broke listening to that. I heard punk, break, bleak, blook.
I can't. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Starting over. The punk rock genre and format, I think, is just very, very different to what we are used to. And so I was giving the benefit of the doubt of like, oh, okay, I guess I could kind of like dismiss that. Sure. I think my biggest gripe is that her lyrics and what she talks about is a little too much of the same for me. And
I have the same thing written down.
I think, I mean, okay, for example, you can say that Taylor Swift, she has a very, very specific way of writing, and it's not, everyone doesn't have a taste for her, but I will argue that every one of her albums say something different. Yes. And that's what I want. It's like, Red is not the same as 1989, and 1989 is not the same as Reputation, but I feel that Holy Fuck is the same as The Art of Starting Over.
Agreed. No, I literally wrote down the same thing. It was like saying the same message, and like, I get that she's writing from experience that was traumatic, so like you never kind of get over that, but I was like hoping, even if you're talking about the same thing, it felt like the exact same take on it, which is hard because I'm like, you're not looking at it a different angle. It almost seemed like you're at the same place in the healing process as you were before. It was just bored, and some of the lyrics were very cheesy as well, which to be fair, I mean, I don't really listen to punk rock that much, so this could be not even correct. But I feel like sometimes that is part of the style of, like, punk rock songs I've listened to. Like, it's just very straightforward, which isn't necessarily bad. But I was just kind of bored lyrically. And I love my lyrics. So I was ugh.
It's every
disappointing.
Time. Yes, because I had the lyrics pulled up when I was listening to each song, and every time I was like, okay, next.
Yes,
like, I just want to go to the next song because it's like I've already heard this in a different genre. I've already heard it in her previous album, so I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess.
And I thought her Dancing with the Devil, like Art of Starting Over album was painfully underrated. Like I really, really love that album and I love the lyrics. So then getting this, I was like, oh, that's so disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I really have a lot of other overall thoughts. The one thing I will say, her voice fit the genre very well, like we said. But I do wish we got more of her lower and mid register and less of the high register. We all know that Demi Lovato can sing the highest freaking notes and can belt it like nobody's business. And I am here for it every time because she kills it. Yep. But there were moments where she used her like lower register and I was like, that's really cool too. And really gritty and I really like that. So I wish we got more variation because I think she has more to show, more versatility. I
think going back to to what we were talking about, I think that's just the genre. Like, and I think that's why she wanted to do an album like this, is because she knew she could live just in that upper range. Which I'm like, at this point, girl, with how many albums under your belt, like, you go for it. Like, you can do whatever album you want.
Okay, so the next thing that we will do is go through each of our top 3 songs. So my thought is that we can start with number 3 and work our way up to number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I don't have a lot to say about my favorite songs.
Me neither.
But I just want to share them anyways.
Yeah.
So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Eat Me, which I think is the song that you were talking about that has like the disjointed like verse and then the chorus.
That's one of the most like clear ones that happens for sure.
But I think you know this about me, is that I love fuck you songs. Like,
you do.
I love angry songs and I will listen to them all day long. And I feel like Eat Me is such a great FU song. Like I'm like, yeah, like I feel so like powerful listening to it.
Especially the part where the chorus hits and she's like, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Like just, like it's crazy. So in that way, definitely. I mean, that's what the song was meant to be and that's what it was. So
exactly.
Good for that. Good for that.
Yeah. Okay, what is your 3?
My number 3 is Come Together.
No, it's not.
It is. Why?
No,
What's wrong
it's
with that?
not.
What's wrong with that?
No. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm scared.
Mom,
come get me.
I have a random note that I said.
What is it?
That Come Together is a book talk song and you can't convince me otherwise.
Well, makes sense why I like that song then. There you go. Like, because it's so like, I literally want to get out a flashlight and go like this, like, or like wave it in the air. I just think it's such a good song, you know? I don't know. It makes me happy. Like, it just come together. We can do it. You know?
Theoni, did you read the lyrics?
No.
No!
I don't think I did for that one.
You need to read the lyrics.
What's wrong with that? Oh,
you need to read the lyrics.
I'm scared.
I think.
I know I was thinking of the Beatles songs. I was thinking of the Beatles song. Okay,
I think you're interpreting it differently than it should be.
Am I thinking of the wrong song? Hold on. Let me read this quick.
Okay.
So what is... I don't understand.
It's a good beat, but the lyrics... The reason why I said it's a book talk song is because it's literally about sex.
So that's when I snorted. It's because I read Got Me Closer to the Edge Than Ever.
Yes! And that it's better if they come together.
I didn't interpret it that way. Holy sh!
Did you not read the lyrics?
When I heard Come Together, I was not thinking like come together. Yes. Oh my god. I don't know how to react. I don't know what.
I am crying. This is so funny.
I was like, oh my gosh, romance.
No. That's why I said it's a book talk song, because I feel like you can match this song with some of the smuttiest books ever.
Well. Wow. I don't know what to say. Holy sh!
I'm sorry, this
My
is so
brain
funny.
was just. I'm afraid to say my brain was blown, because now my brain is like in the wrong space.
Yeah, it is. It is.
How am I supposed to
my
speak now? Everything I say is just an innuendo. Like,
really?
oh my lord. Oof,
I will say,
well,
like, the
go.
melody of it, I it makes sense. I do like the melody of it, but the lyrics were really something for me personally.
Now that I just. Well, what's your number 2?
Okay, my number 2 is Feed.
Interesting. Okay.
I thought this was one of her better songs lyrically, and along with like the melody, I think it was one of her better songs off the album, which is why I liked it.
Sure.
Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, I was looking it up right now because it wasn't one that was super memorable for me.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm trying to like remember what it sounds like.
Okay, yeah.
But I believe you.
Okay,
well,
thank you.
What was it lyrically about necessarily?
It was basically it was basically talking about like temptation and just how there's like two different sides of her that want obviously two different things. And I thought it was written better than some of her other songs. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I just really liked the melody. If you want to listen to it now, that's fine too.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Just to remind me. Okay,
yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so now that I've listened to a little clip of the song, I do remember now. The melody is very, very pretty. Yes. And I think I do, now that you say that, I do remember liking that song because I felt like it flowed better than some of the others.
Yes.
So it's more my vibe as far as like what I like with melodies and stuff. Yes. Not one of my favorites, not the most memorable, but I agree. It was like a good song. So.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your number 2?
Yes. So my number 2 is Happy Ending.
Oh, okay.
What? Oh, are you thinking of an innuendo again? Oh my god.
Okay, let me
now
see.
I'm thinking of the Schitt's Creek episode. When David gets a happy ending massage and Patrick's like, you got a happy ending massage on our wedding day?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait, I'm looking at the lyrics. I don't remember this song.
This one, if it is about a happy ending, I will lose my mind, but I don't think it is. Okay,
I don't think it is.
No, I really like this song because I thought it was really strong lyrically. Sometimes it was a little cheesy, but I also thought it felt very like cathartic, like just very like a deep breath. And like said everything you need to say. It was like a mix of, I'll talk about the lyrics later, but I just felt like it was a mix of like taking ownership for your stuff, but also recognizing that other people do you wrong, which I feel like is how we all live sometimes. It's like finding that balance between not drowning in like guilt and blame on yourself, but also like allowing yourself to be angry at people. You know, so
definitely. I can confirm that it does not have a sexual undertone, so you're good.
Thank God, because I was like, I cannot do that to myself again. Oh my lord. Oh my gosh. The minute I said happy ending, you were like, we have been reading too much smut. Oof, the Martha. Okay.
We need to take a break, Theoni. No, I'm kidding.
Literally straight up. Oh, my Lord. Never a break from the smut. Anyways, wow, I sound like such a horn dog. We're chopping that out. Boop, boop. Anyways.
I'm dying. Oh my God. Okay.
Anyways, okay, for our number one picks, what'd you put?
I feel like you know what my number one is. Can you take a guess?
Oh my God, I'm always wrong, and then I feel like a fool. I feel like a fool, I tell you. I don't know what your top is. I'm debating between... Oh, I know your number one. It's Substance.
No.
I had a shred of hope.
Do you have another guess?
It's probably not my other guess either. Is it Skin of My Teeth?
No.
Is it Freak? Okay, let's go through the list. Is it Holy Fuck? Is it 29?
It is 29.
Fourth, fifth, sixth time's the charm.
It's a charm.
Why?
I feel like... oh my God. I feel like this, even though I know that this is like a punk rock album, I feel like 29 is so Demi. And I think it's such a good blend of like what she is, what she normally does, but also kind of teetering the line of like this punk rock album that she put out. And also I think 29 is just heartbreaking and just like such an eye-opener. Again, I thought lyrically it was one of her better songs.
It was very clever.
Exactly. And because, again, too, she's never talked about this. So I was like, oh my gosh, tell me more. I want to know more. And so that's why it was one of my favorites. Also, let's just talk about the melody and the chorus. She absolutely crushes it.
Yeah, and the way that the notes like build, I can imagine. I haven't tried singing it, but I imagine it's very vocally challenging. But of course, she does it like completely gracefully.
Yeah. So. Oh, I've tried singing it. It's really hard. It's hard to sustain.
I'm gonna hang up this later and immediately play it and try to sing it and sound like a dying cow, not a cat, a cow. Anyways,
what's your number one?
You know what my number one is, and
is it 29 as well?
No.
Okay, wait, let me bring up the track list. So I know what it is. Okay, let me think.
I hope you get it wrong just to like help me feel a little better about myself.
Is it Forever For Me?
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. Is it Skin of My Teeth?
It is.
I knew it!
I know it was the single, so maybe it will be like basic or whatever, but I just think it is like by far for me the catchiest song on the album. Also for me feels very nostalgic of her old more punk rock stuff she did that I grew up listening to, like her song I think specifically of Get Back. I want to get back to the old day. Like, it's
so good.
I'm going to go listen to that after this. But like it very like it makes me feel nostalgic for that song. The lyrics are a little cheesy again, but I feel like that with pretty much all of the songs on the album. But I just think it's so catchy and the guitar is really good. And also it feels like the perfect length for a song. Like it doesn't feel like it drags on. It feels very cohesive. And like the flow is good, but that's probably because the strong structure is very like basic for songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love it. It's so catchy, and I've been listening to it so much.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I feel like I knew that because you did tell me you like that song.
Yeah, it's just for me, it's like by far my favorite. Like the other ones I did like my other two I listed, but to me, it's just like very above the rest. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, should we go into our favorite lyrics?
Yes.
I love this part. Okay, so I don't really have these ranked. I have like three of my favorite lyrics.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So actually, you said Eat Me was your third favorite song, right?
Yes.
One of my favorite lyrics is in that song.
Oh,
when it's kind of one of the more known lyrics from the song because it happens I think in the pre-chorus, but it says, I know the part I played before, I know the shit that I've ignored. Oh, that's at the beginning of the chorus.
Yes.
Yeah. I just really like that because to me it's just very relatable in the sense it's like I know my part in this whole situation. Like, I can recognize what I've done, but at the same time, I know the stuff that other people have done to me, and I just haven't even let myself be bothered by it. But guess what? Now I'm going to frickin' talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
So I just really like that. It felt very, like, empowered to me.
I was just going to say, another reason why I like this song is just it feels so empowering of just
Yes.
like, yes, I know what I've done. Yes, I know what is all has happened and how this plays into the greater picture, but I'm gonna own it, and you'll have to own it as well.
Totally.
Like at this point, yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. What's one of yours?
So I have a favorite verse in Feed, which was my second top song. It's literally the entire verse because I couldn't even
Choose
take
one.
like one line because I was like, I like it all. So it says, I built a bridge and burned it down. I found my wings just to lose my ground. One wolf howls while the other one sings. One wolf soothes while the other one stings. I hold on tight to things I've learned, but the wrong looks right when the tide has turned. And I love that because I feel like this one verse encompasses all of the temptation that she has and how there are very, very clearly two different sides that she deals with every single day. And I love the way that she has been able to capture that in the imagery of, you know, like she found her wings, she was successful and stuff, but just to lose her ground immediately. And I love the wolf image as well.
Yeah, no, now that you say that, I don't think you could take a line out of that verse without it having the same impact. Like, I feel like those lines together really tell like a mini story and like very clearly, like you said, describe the two sides. And I think that's what makes it so powerful because you're not just talking about one side here, one side there. It like shows how those like clash constantly for her.
Constantly. Yeah, they're both like intertwined even though they're technically two different sides. Like
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Ooh, I really like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh, okay. Okay, another line that I like from Skin of My Teeth is, I don't need you to keep score when I'm the one who's at war. And to me, I was like, yeah, because it's just like when again, it's like I'm the one who's going through this stuff. I know better than any of you what I'm going through and how I feel about what I'm dealing with. So I don't need you to keep telling me what I'm doing wrong, how I should be acting. Like, again, it's just like a big FU moment. And I was like, get it, girl.
Yeah. And we know all the struggles that she's had in the past with her past team of that like literal lyric of like everyone is trying to so-and-so help her when they're just making it worse.
Literally.
Yeah.
Ugh. So yeah, I really like that one as well.
Nice. Okay.
What other ones do you have?
This is my last one, and it's the last chorus in 29. Again, I couldn't just pick a line because it all plays apart together.
Sure.
So this is the last chorus. It says, finally 29, 17 would never cross my mind. Thought it was a teenage dream, a fantasy, but it was yours. It wasn't mine. 17, 29. And I feel like this is the most like new information that we've gotten from a Demi album in so long. And it's so eye-opening because that relationship, if I'm thinking of the right relationship, they lasted for years.
No,
like,
it was with Wilmer Valderrama.
Yes, I think that was the longest relationship that Demi has had in the public eye. And so again, it's new information that I'm just like trying to collect.
And here's the thing, because I saw an interview that Demi recently did, and she was talking about that they met when she was 17 and he was 29, but they didn't start dating until she was 21.
Yep.
But it still makes me feel icky because it's almost like you're waiting until it's legally allowed, but you still like someone who's not like, it's still... I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. It's she talks about the relationship in her documentary Before the Art of Starting Over. I don't remember what that one was, but it was on YouTube as well. And she talks about there's this whole segment of how she met him at some sort of group, some sort of like celebrity group, in order to get like support for like Hispanics and like Latinos and just kind of like having this like safe community of like actors, musicians, actresses, all of this stuff. And she talks about how she met him at 17 and how their relationship kind of developed over time. But still, it's like it just, oh my God, it's just
feels
crazy.
Icky.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, I think that happens so often. Like, you look at these huge age gaps, and like, just because someone turns 18 doesn't automatically make it okay to me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Gosh, I just,
It's not.
very interesting, very pointed, very clear what that's about.
Oh yeah, very.
Okay, and then this is just a very simple lyric. I don't have anything to say about it, but in Happy Ending, she just said, "Am I gonna die trying to find my happy ending?" And that to me was just really heartbreaking, because it's like, you're trying to do all these good things, but it's like, she literally did almost die. But then it's also like, isn't that all what we're all trying to do? Is just like, we're all living to try to be as happy as we can. And it's like, especially when you have mental illness or like addiction struggles or whatever, it's just like, am I ever going to find it in the state that I'm in? Am I ever going to be able to come out of this? Which, it sounds so bleak when I talk about it that way.
Yeah.
Like, there is hope for you guys listening. Like, there's so many resources out there. But it's just, I don't know. I think we all feel that way sometimes, where it's like, am I ever going to like get to the point where I will truly feel like fulfilled and happy and content?
100%. And we know too that she's always gotten so close to her so-and-so happy ending, that I totally understand why she would say that lyric of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die trying to get my happy ending, because there's nothing else that will work. Because you know, we in her other documentary, The Art of Starting Over, she talked about her engagement and how that kind of blew up in flames. You know, it's just like, she's trying all these different things to literally just be happy and be content. And so yeah, no, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, but that's all I have for lyrics, because overall it wasn't like super lyrically compelling, but there were still a few points that I really liked.
Yes, I agree.
So, I am very curious your opinion on this next part.
Yeah.
So Selena and I decided to kind of talk about where we find this album in the list of Demi's discography, because she's had lots of albums at this point.
So many.
So, and now looking at where I ranked it, I'm like questioning it.
I'm questioning it too, but I think I'll just quickly flip before I tell you.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. So while I really like this album, and I'm so happy that she did step out of her regular genre, again, I think every artist should do that. It just like wasn't my fave. Again, very proud that she did it. There were some really good songs that I like, but as a whole, and comparing to her other albums, I'm like, not really my vibe, but also maybe that's just my bias, because I do listen to pop and R&B.
Sure.
That's kind of like my lane that I stick in. This one would kind of fall more to the bottom. Did you want me to go through my list?
Oh, did you rank them?
I did.
Oh, I didn't rank them.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Okay, but yes, I want you to go through your list.
Okay. I didn't add her last two albums because I was like, I haven't listened to those in years that I can't even like, you know, give them a fair chance.
Fair.
My top Demi album is Tell Me You Love Me.
I
hands
pretty
down.
much agree. Yeah.
Yes!
I think like it is a fantastic album.
Yes.
But
Like her voice and the the songs, so good.
I think your number 2 will be the same as mine.
Okay, do you want to guess?
Confident?
It is not.
Great. Okay. Well,
my number 2 is Unbroken, because I feel like that was the first album that really marked her after her Disney days. Because I feel like Get Back, or whatever the first album is called, and then her Here We Go Again album was still very much her Disney days, but I feel like Unbroken was just the tipping point where she kind of stepped out of bounds.
Fair.
Next.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Unbroken is my least favorite of all of her albums.
No way! Shut up.
So that's funny. It's so high for you. I mean, I think Skyscraper is a really beautiful song. And, like, I agree. It definitely marked that shift. But I think for me, because it was, like, in that transition, it was almost, like, unclear what she was as an artist. But then it got better from there. So that's my thought.
Okay.
But fair enough.
Okay.
Sorry, just had to say that before you move on.
No, you're good. My next one, my third, is Demi. And then fourth, Dancing with the Devil. And then I would say Holy Fucking Confident are tied.
Wow, interesting. Wow, I would rank them very differently.
Really?
Yes. Yes, I mean, besides Tell Me You Love Me, because that one is just iconic. But
Top
I
tier.
definitely agree I think that her Dancing with the Devil and The Art of Starting It Over is much higher for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't exactly have them ranked. So for me, I think that her Holy Fuck album only ranks above Unbroken for me. And then her other albums could be whatever around the top. But it's pretty low to the bottom for me, even including her first like albums at Disney, because those hold a lot of like nostalgic value for me. But I just, I don't know. Overall, I didn't love it. But again, like you said, it could be very biased.
Yes, totally.
Do you want to introduce our new topic for next week?
Y'all.
I'm literally gonna flip my
I am so excited for this next episode. It's like
next
kind
two
of embarrassing.
episodes.
I know. It's kind of embarrassing how excited I am, but Theoni and I next week and the week after that, it's going to be a two-parter. We will be reading and discussing Ali Hazelwood's newest novel, Love on the Brain, that is released August 23rd or 24th. One of those days, but I am so excited. Like, I really need this book to be good. Like, I just need it to be good.
No, I need it too, because I feel like with Emily Henry, she has not disappointed yet.
Yes.
So she's proven herself to me.
Yes.
Ali Hazelwood only has the Love Hypothesis and then these little novella short story things. So like, I really hope, because the Love Hypothesis is one of my favorite contemporary romances ever. So I really, really, really hope that it lives up to the hype.
I know. And the thing is, too, is what is making me nervous is that her little novellas, the 3 that she released earlier this year, haven't gotten the greatest reviews. So I am just really, really gunning that this next full novel of hers is good. Like, I need it to be good, please.
I know. I will be heartbroken if it's not, like, genuinely. But it's also hard because I have such high expectations.
I know.
So I also am going to try before it comes out to, like, bring myself back down to earth a little bit and try to just read it fresh.
Yes. I agree.
I won't be successful, but I'm going to try. So.
Me neither.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't listened to Demi's album, definitely go listen to it now. And we will see you next week.
Bye.